Hey friends, good morning and welcome here to Wolterman Homestead. This morning I woke up and just wanted to make a YouTube video, and I just thought it's been a minute and I want to show you the medicinal garden. So come along with me and come take a tour of the medicinal garden up here by the house. We have a greenhouse back here behind me and the vegetable garden is back over there. I'll have to give a tour another day in another video. But this garden has been a labor of love for the last several years. It has had different looks and different fencing and different pathways and all the things. There are other videos, you can go check those out if you want to take a look. But the medicinal garden has just been a labor of love. I am currently in school to become a certified herbalist. So some of these medicinal plants that are here in my garden are things that I have been learning about. Some of them are things that I have known about, but they have been planted with intention and purpose. So this plant here is a big giant mullein plant. It's for Vascum thapsus. It is for your respiratory health. It breaks up the mucus in your lungs and just helps expel those things. You can use it. Some people like to roll it up and smoke it. Not my idea of how to use it, but you can use it in tinctures and teas, but it's just a really good lung herb. And this year it is its second year, so it's got this really beautiful flowering stalk that it's going to produce with the big yellow flowers on the stalk, and you can use it for earaches and things like that. So I'm really excited to see this big beautiful specimen that God, just this plant that God has given us, and it's just amazing the medicine and things that he has given us. Like each leaf looks like a lung, and it's just amazing. Which this one still has dew on it from this morning, but it's just beautiful. This first bed here behind me, I have the mullein. There's a horseradish and a clary sage. There's all kinds of calendula, sweet alyssum, there's balsam, and a giant horehound plant that I've had in this garden for several years. And it's just big and beautiful. There's also wormwood and a couple other ones that are just really good for your body. I need to pull the weeds out here, but it has just rained the last several days, and I'm just let everybody get a good drink. But this bed behind me, there is a licorice mint, otherwise known as like Annie's hyssop for some people. There's a valerian plant that I'm really excited about. That's new to my garden this year. Valerian is a nervine, and so it's really good for your nervous system. And I plan to, probably not this year, but maybe next year, take the root of it and make a tincture out of it. I've got some poppies, some thyme. Down here I have this beautiful marshmallow that I had in a different bed, and then this mugwort I'd had in a different bed. And they just get really tall, and I thought strategically and like appearance wise it would look better against the house versus in the middle of the garden to like break up things. But these are both really good medicinals. And then I have this plant here that I think is a hyssop. It smells really good. It has opposite leaves. It's in the mint family. If you want to kind of learn how to identify things in the mint family, it's got opposite leaves and a square stem. And then usually it has an aromatic scent to it. So I had shared on a Facebook post in a medicinal plant group, and I was like, what is this? Because I had planted it and then lost the label because of the weather. And that's one thing that I'm really excited about this year is I got these different little tags. I'm real curious how these hold up and do this year. It's got a copper little piece, and then it's a metal tag. So I'm curious how they hold up as the year goes on and into next year to see if it's a better option than the little white labels where your writing comes off. This far bed has Thai roselle, It's a hibiscus, but it had been here last year, but they get really big. This T-post was here to help support it. I have some spilanthes that are coming in right here. They're really good for your oral mouth care. There's a sage right here in the midst of all this plantain. This is a common yard weed, but it is so good for you, plantain. There's a lavender. This is a bee balm, and it's purple. It's really pretty. It had been over here, and I moved it. There's a lungwort. This is a new plant for me. This is the second time I've tried planting this. A beautiful friend, Helen, has an amazing garden, and she allowed me to come in and take some things from her garden. So this is one of the things I took. The other one is this beautiful Solomon seal. It is variegated. It took really well, but when I first planted it, it had these really pretty little flowers that were hanging from the bottom of it. But it is really pretty. Outside this, again, plantain, there's holy basil. This took over the bed last year. It was crazy. And then beside the holy basil, kind of like this plantain, this is wood sorrel. It looks very similar to clovers, but it's got a heart shape, and then it'll have these little yellow buds. But you can pop this off. The sun is starting to peek over the house, but this is the wood sorrel, and it has the little yellow flowers that pop off. But you can pop this off and you can eat it, and it tastes like lemons. When I taught the herbal class at our homeschool co-op, we made wood sorrel jelly. So like, it's very lemony. It tastes really good. But we made jelly out of the class, and the kids just really enjoyed it. We did a foraging class too, and they all got a taste of nibble, and they had fun with that. But there are so many things in the yard that are edible, that have medicinal properties. It's just a matter of learning about them. These are really good. They're good for your digestive health. They're good for vitamin C, things like that. Let's keep touring the garden. I have this beautiful L campaign. This is the second year for this plant. I planted it last year, and it just stayed really little because that holy basil just took over this bed. This is a balsam plant, and all of these little babies are that balsam. I'd planted one, and then it just has kind of taken over. But they grow. It's more for pollinators is why I have it in the garden. As we come around the bed, this middle bed has purpose and beautiful meaning. But on this end, we have a chamomile. There is a coneflower, which is echinacea. I have another licorice mint, anise hyssop. I left this. This is a weed, most people would say, but it's fleabane. It's good for stopping bleeding and wound care. This beautiful plant is a golden yarrow, so the leaves are a little bit different than your standard yarrow. But this one has yellow flowers that are going to take off. This is the second year for this plant. So the herbalist in me just can't help but show you. So we talked about the golden yarrow over here. But in this garden, I have the white yarrow. In this front flower bed here in my vegetable garden, I have this big thing of just this white yarrow variety. So yarrow is a really good astringent, which means it has tannins that just pucker the skin and tissue and just make things stop bleeding. So it is really good at staunching bleeding. It's like God's band-aid. But you can take the flower blossoms, dry these out. This is on my to-do list tonight, is to harvest these. But you can harvest the leaves as well, along with the blossoms, and dry them out, crush them up, and use them as like a wound powder. But you can also add it in teas and things and do tinctures as well. But I just wanted you to see the difference between the two. This is a Rose of Sharon. I know it'll get really big. I'm just going to trim it back, remove it. I got it for free, and I just wanted to put it somewhere and add some color. And like this whole space doesn't really have anything right now. This is Feverfew. It's really little down in here with grassy weeds. And then over here, this is a thyme. There's a little bit of leftover bee balm from the one that was here last year. But this space right here, holds purpose. We miscarried almost 2 years now, and our baby lays at rest here. And so we always place some beautiful flower over our baby's grave. But this is the medicinal garden. I have some black-eyed Susan vining things that will come up on either side. They're just still little babies right now. But I have just been adding things to this garden over the years and taking away things from the garden. And it's just been a beautiful process and a beautiful season of learning, because there's so much that God gave us to help renew our bodies and to restore things and to heal things. And it's just really incredible to continue to learn about these things and add them into the garden, not only for our family, but for others. So I just want to say thank you for coming along today and touring the garden. I can't wait to show you it as it continues to thrive and blossom and bloom and just grow. So what are you excited about growing? What are some things that you might use medicinally? I'd love to learn and hear about what you got going on at your home. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May his face shine upon you, and may he give you his shalom. Till next time.